Welcome to Atlanta. Christ is Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the black party that's gonna have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior Yahanna.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King YAHANNA, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. SHALAM.
Good night. Yes, sir. Check, check, check. You doing your thing. Check, check, check. Can y'all hear me?
So hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Shalom, y'all. About your thumb. What's going on, Akim?
Tawab, say Tawab, and you?
I'm Tawab. The water for asking, Akim. Most High in Christ. Is Jonazar in Durham?
So not tonight.
Oh, okay. All right, no sweat. No sweat, no sweat. We good. Let me just a little bit more bunk, y'all. On the white knot. Yeah. Check, 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 check. Yeah. I like that. I'm with that. Clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Thumb to the Akim, to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar, Al Thumb by Shem Yahweh to the sisters. We're the I.S.U.P.K, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operate under Commander Junior Yahanna. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. Can I say it again? If you are not in the I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. What is the truth, you may ask? The truth is the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the true children of the Lord. You understand? We are the 12. We belong to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We descended from a man named Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. We are his sons. You understand? Our great grandfathers, you know what I'm saying? That's the lineage that we come from. Or our great grandfathers are the sons of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. You understand? In 2025, there's nothing more important than us waking up to who we are, our culture, what we should or should not be doing. You understand? I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna hold it down until Captain 13,000, Captain Nayathaq, but Yumyan comes in. I'm preaching officer of 5,000 Zion Ya'ala, coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And we're gonna try to get it on tonight. We're gonna get it in. We're getting closest to the Passover. Raise your hand if you paid your Passover fee already. Throw your hands on you. Yeah, go ahead and get them Passover fees in, man. That's what's up, so we can have a glorious time, you know what I'm saying, serving our King. Also, I think the link for the corsages being passed around. You understand? So everybody know the difference between a white corsage and a red corsage. Anybody know the brothers that may be listening online? What is the difference between the white corsage and the red corsage? Baba Kushar.
So like I said,
Come on with it.
The red corsage mean the sister is off limits,
Mm-hmm.
and the white corsage mean that she's available.
Right. Most time Christ. She's available, right? So this is the time where we exercise restraint in doing what we're supposed to do and going through the proper channels, you know what I'm saying, for us, everything that we're supposed to do for us. You know, if your interest is piqued in a sister. So that way you may not travel as much, but you may see a sister that's, you know, that may live in another side of the country or whatnot. So this is your time to actually, you know, get the information of her camp leader to reach out, and then y'all go from there. You can conduct your business after that. But all those things should be explained to you by your camp leader. If not, you should be listening to the announcement that goes in after every class. Once again, and I beseech you, brothers and sisters, to uphold the rules that I.S.U.P.K has set in place as our proper way of conducting ourselves in here in order, right? And if you don't, you know, you may just end up in a bad way. you may run up on something that you had no intentions on dealing with. All right. So I implore you, brothers and sisters, to do and keep the order which Commander General YAHANNA has set and what we're supposed to do. Because outside of that, we see what is happening with Sakari. I'm sorry, like Jim Hyman said, who knows what you'll end up doing once you step outside of this truth. All right. I want to get into something real quick before Cap get in here. Try to hold it down. That was a story that went out. Anybody, Bunk, y'all sick, you find it for him? I know you can find it. You might have to send it to Mahayar. But I seen that they had begun to deconstruct the Black Lives Matter venue that was set up. Anybody else seen that? Right. Yeah, Black Lives Matter Boulevard. If I'm not mistaken, they had begun to disassemble it. There's two things I want to get into before we actually go all the way into it. I want to get scriptures on it. Daraj, give me they had a perpetual hatred, Baba Kasha. You should know where that. You got the story? Yeah, if you could read it for them, Baba Kasha. Y'all don't mind us just reading the story, then we'll go into it. Give me a 1 if y'all don't mind me reading it.
Check. This is according to NPR.
Mm-hmm.
National city crews have begun removing the Black Lives Matter street mural in D.C.
They begun to do what?
Removing the Black Lives Matter street mural in D.C.
So anytime, you know, at one point we thought that, you know, we had the idea that this empire actually cared about what happened to us as a people. You understand?
Right.
And they so-called allowed us to express ourselves openly about the different things that we was encountering and to paint a mural on the street that says what? Black Lives Matter. Now, does anybody remember the slogan that they came up with to contradict what we were saying about Black Lives Matter? Anybody remember? Akaska, you remember? We remember what that slogan was?
Like I said, if I may, all lives matter.
There you go. So that was a slogan. We said Black Lives Matter. So they come with a slogan that all lives matter. Come on, Bunky, y'all.
Blue Lives Matter.
Oh, Blue Lives Matter. So you had all lives matters and blue lives matter, right? So these are the things that we are constantly faced when we just try to come up with the idea that we should matter to one another. Now, let me take y'all all the way back. Now, where did this original idea come from? Police brutality, right? Come on, Darash, you said you had something?
It's like I was going to add one to that with Kanye West. I think he added White Lives Matter.
Kanye West added in White Lives Matter. So these was a construct that they come up with, and to like a counter argument to what black people was trying to express in this empire. But being in I.S.U.P.K, we know what is happening, why these things are happening. Read that verse for me real quick, Darash, then we're gonna break it all the way down.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Right. So hold right there. So if we were to get into what I'm not talking about George Soros, so not see our people led astray trying to conduct business as this empire allows us to. So we'll come up with slogans and we'll protest with our hands in the air, but we're not really doing anything, Bunk, y'all. So, but to see what is happening, just as much as we did all that protesting, they're deconstructing the Black Lives Matter Boulevard, right? Why? Because of the perpetual hatred that they have had for us and the blood that was shed for the innocence of our people, man. We wasn't just out saying, you know, Black Lives Matter based on a notion that, oh, you know, Blue Lives Matter, not the notion that we didn't have a counter argument. As Black, Hispanics, Native Indian, we get criticized for defending ourselves, essentially, right? Like like real talk. Think about it. When we talk about how we're treated from day to day, it's based on us defending ourselves. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Like no other nation of people get criticized for defending themselves, but we do. When we say we're always getting pulled over by the cops, they say what? Y'all always have drugs on you. We say take the Planned Parenthood clinics out of our neighborhoods because we're seeing what is happening at these abortion rates. Well, they say, well, you having early childhood pregnancies. We are not allowed to defend ourselves. We use the scriptures to talk about we are the real children of Israel and how we've had everything taken from us, our language, our heritage, our history, our culture. And the minute we try to grab a hold to it, it tells us we're wrong, Bunky, y'all. We're simply just defending ourselves. If you was getting hit upside the head with a damn frying pan, when you were at one point in time, you would put your goddamn hand up. We're essentially doing is asking, Black Lives Matter. Stop hitting us. Stop beating us. Stop treating us like you want to do. But here it is again. Read that story. Read that verse again for me, Darash.
Khan, it's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. Because thou had a perpetual hatred.
But because of the perpetual hatred, the ongoing hatred, right, which means separation, they are constantly showing us that they don't want to be connected to us. If you could put your device on mute. I hear a lot of background noise. All right. Perpetual hatred, man. Come on, Bunky. I'll read what you was going to.
Sir. Crews in Washington, D.C. have begun removing the city's Black Lives Matter street mural, a notable symbol of the 2020 protest against the killing of George Floyd.
Against the killing of who?
George Floyd.
No, they just went out there and painted those things on the street for no reason. The protest was for no reason, Darash. That's what I'm saying. As Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, when we say, hey, stop calling me with the R, we're essentially just defending ourselves. You at your slave and you hear people, you hear the oppressor talk to you in a certain demeanor, the tone, you know what that is. We all know what that is. But somehow they consider you to be aggressive when you speak up for yourself. Right. How is that? Every other nation of people is allowed to speak up for themselves except for us, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. A light bulb should be going off in our heads, in our home, our households, in our families that would say, we have to come up with a different plan because the plan that we've set in place is not working. Because we are constantly faced with what? the perpetual hatred. In every aspect, we're finding out that if you go try to get a loan, a business loan, the criteria for you getting a business loan is different from the oppressor. Right. Why? Because there's a perpetual what? Hatred. That's right. If you wanted to go get a car loan, no matter what that thing is, it's harder for you to obtain those things because of the what? Perpetual hatred. A couple weeks ago, we was talking about that was a nurse that was breaking the bones of babies while they was in the after they've been born. Why? Because of the perpetual hatred. Now, I don't know much about George Floyd, but at the time, I think it's absolutely absurd to have anybody, any person that you consider a human, to hold them down till they stop breathing. You don't even like the feeling of the restraint of somebody holding you, let alone not being able to breathe. But those things really don't matter because they painted a whole block dedicated to Black Lives Matter, and they decided sometime this week that they was going to remove it, Bunky, y'all. Why, Darash? Because of the perpetual hatred.
It's like, sir, have that article whenever you're ready, sir.
Well, what you want, Bunky? Go ahead and read it. Oh, you pulled it up? You got it?
Con, sir. So I got to share it on the screen right now.
Please, if you could. Bunky, y'all, you reading? You got the same article? That's Most High in Christ. So y'all see this, right? You see all the work that Black Hispanics, like we put in, they put in the so-called allow us to express ourselves. So I'm gonna tell you something about this oppressor. Like, just as much as somebody give you something, they can easily take it away. And that's what has happened. This is in your face. This is in our face because of what? The perpetual hatred. These are the things that are taking place, and the Bible is a tool for us to use, Akwatian, as a measuring stick of how we should be moving. And in this day and time, we should be coming together. That's right. We have to put our differences aside and say, you know what is it that's in this Bible that will help me survive? That would allow my children to survive this what? Perpetual hatred. Come on, I'll read that. Come on, read that, Bunky. Y'all Salakia. You good?
After a Republican bill targeting the mural threatened city funding, in June 2020, the city painted the phrase Black Lives Matter.
So Salakia, so they begin to target things that directly slaps us in the face. We talk about fraud, waste, and abuse, and they talk about all the abuse that is going on in the government, but yet and still they go after things that directly slap us in the face, things that you so-called value, that we so-called value. DEI. Now it's the Black Lives Matter mural. What's next? They cutting off funding to HBCUs. Your grandmama mad because the price of Spam is going up. We told her to stop eating the goddamn pork anyway. The perpetual hatred is allowing us to see the difference between us and them. And if they want to be separated, we should allow them to be separated. If you want to destroy the things that you give us, destroy it. We have to be strong enough to survive on our own when we talk about serving the Lord. These are the things we should be focused on as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This empire is falling day by day, and the Lord is allowing it to happen. He's in the midst of all the things that we're seeing, and it's not by chance. It's all prophesied. We have to really get serious about serving the Lord and not murals that they paint on the ground, not the money that they put in the pocket, not the jobs that they give us. We have to be focused on serving the Lord. If we're not focused on that, we're going to be all over the place. We're going to be like a cat with its tail cut off. Read on, Bunk, y'all.
In June of 2020, the city painted the phrase Black Lives Matter on the pavement in uppercase yellow letters, covering 2 blocks on 16th Street, about a quarter mile from the White House. In 2021, Mayor Muriel Bowser said the mural will become permanent to commemorate the protests.
Stop. So all I'm saying is somebody is sick of seeing this. Somebody walked out one day and said, how many miles it was away from the White House?
Quarter mile, sir.
A quarter mile. Somebody was running. Somebody's Secret Service or one of them other cats. Some politician said, I'm tired of seeing this. So he had his right to exercise his what, Darash?
Perpetual hatred.
Gone. That's all. I also seen something today. Commander YAHANNA went over this last night too. Y'all sick and y'all find this one. I'm moving on. I'm talking about perpetual hate. There was a story that came out about a white Caucasian farmers that were out in Nebraska, and they was complaining that the ICE program or the migrants or the immigrants that was working on their farms were all illegal immigrants, if I may, and they was working on their farm though, Kawal. But they said they still voted against their own personal interests, Kawal. They knew that there was a possibility that Trump would remove the illegal immigrants, but yet and still they still voted for Trump. Did anybody see that video that they had last night? That Commander YAHANNA had played last night?
Sir.
What do you think about it, Akaska, Baba Kushar?
Like as a farmer and knowing that the challenges would go with trying to get labor, I couldn't understand them going along with Trump, because the woman say Trump ran on illegal migration, but she still voted for Trump. Now she's saying she's sorry.
So let me. All right. So can I, if I may, Baba Kushar? So what is the spirit behind her saying? Like, what is the spirit behind them thinking that, Baba Kushar? Even though she knew there was a possibility that the legal immigrants would be removed, she still voted for what?
That's hurt the Israelites. I think that's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's one. What else? Anybody else? Come on, Akim. What else? The hatred that they have for the Lord's chosen people outweighs them, even the company that they have. Y'all get what I'm saying? The perpetual hatred that they have for us is more important than them having a farm. Y'all understand? That's psychotic, ain't it, Bunk, y'all? You mean you willing? What they say? Talking about that was what was it? A snake trying to hit a snake and a frog, right? A snake was trying to a frog was trying to get across the river or whatever, and the snake said, "Hey, frog, you let me ride your back."
Talak is a scorpion.
A scorpion, yeah. I'm thinking about all of them dangerous, Akash. When I'm saying snake, I'm thinking about the serpent. I'm thinking about the slick bastard that he is. You understand? I'm thinking about the serpent. And he asked the frog, "Let me jump on your back to get across." And the frog said, "What, Darash?" "Of course, Mr. Scorpion. If I let you get on my back, you for sure is gonna bite me, boss." Being the oppressor that he is, nah, brother, I would never do anything such to harm you. So guess what? The frog allowed the scorpion to get on his back, and the frog jumped to one log. The scorpion didn't bite him. He got halfway across. The scorpion didn't bite him. He got to the last log, and what you think the scorpion did? He what? He bit his ass, Salakia. Now why would? And he said, hey, they drowning now. Both of them drowning. And the frog say, "Mr. Scorpion, why did you bite me? We almost made it. I thought we were trying to get across." What you think the scorpion said to the frog? He said, "Thanks." Hell no. He said, "You knew I was a scorpion before you let me get on your back." That's what we're dealing with. That's a type of what, Darash?
perpetual hatred.
That's the type of perpetual hatred that we're dealing with. And the Bible tells us all the time, tells us in the scripture, thou shalt never trust thine enemies. Just for sure it's iron reckless. Shows that it's wickedness, man. And it's in the Bible. Come on, Darash.
And Salakia, I have the Merriam-Webster definition of perpetual.
Go ahead.
It is a continuing, forever, or everlasting type of hatred.
See, and that's the thing. We look at the story of Esau and Jacob, and what were they doing in the womb, Baba Kushah?
Salakia, sir. They were fighting in the womb.
And why were they fighting? And why were they fighting? Anybody can answer. Just say Salakia. I give you. Why was Esau and Jacob fighting in the womb?
Salakia, sir.
Come on, Akaska.
I know the scripture said it because there was two manner of people.
Two manner of people. So if we saying that our lives matter, and our people are now, I understand that Black Lives Matter was a scheme, you know what I'm saying, by George Soros. I understand all that, but it does not remove the fact of us saying, hey, wait a minute, something has to be done. The violence that is taking place against black Hispanic Native Indians, there's a lot going on. The perpetual hatred that we receive, and we're still receiving to this day, and we don't realize it because we're still watching, we're watching things on the damn TV. We watching people that have failed us as leaders. We're still thinking that Farrakhan has an answer. He does not. We still think that Jesse Jackson has an answer. He does not. Your Bible thumpers and your Christian leaders, they don't have the answers to fix Black, Hispanic, Native Indian lives. They don't understand the amount of hatred that is going on in the earth. And if they do understand it, they're too goddamn weak to do anything about it or even say anything about it. And that's the problem. Come on with it, Cosco.
Yes, Salakia, if I may.
Come on.
Yeah, and the point that you're drawing right now, it's so pertinent and it's so important for us as a people. Even as we say now, we coming up to the Thursday and Friday, the Feast of Purim now, and going back and reading that story with Esther, where brothers and sisters, as we say, this family, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indian, because again, these is by names given to us by our oppressor. We have to remember that we're not in our own land, and this is why when you go and you read in verse 1, we are in all these provinces, headed by our oppressor. So now being amongst them now the only thing that would come out of that is that perpetual hatred, because now they only seeking their own gain. Because now again, when I read chapter 1, you see how these, as we say, our oppressors would live and show off their wealth off at the backs of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. And the end game is that they would try to destroy these people, because now coming up is like, hey, just like Pharaoh, as you say, when Pharaoh grandson came on the scene, he knew not Joseph. He didn't know these people. Yes,
right.
So,
man, Most High in Christ. You hit the nail on the head. Hey, listen, it's crazy that you said that, because I was just thinking about that. It's crazy. That's how I know this one body, man, because you said we're the ones essentially doing all of the work. And the oppressor is constantly sporting all of his riches. But the riches come from us investing into this empire. The minute you pull out Baba Kushah, once you pull out the whore, she'll start receiving your seed. The one once we come out of her, right? Ain't that what the scriptures say, right? Once we come out of her, then guess what? She'll fall. But right now, all our nutrients is going into this kingdom. All our resources going into this kingdom. All our finances are going to this kingdom. All our hopes and dreams are going into this kingdom. When you think about establishing the business, you're thinking about establishing through what? this kingdom. When we're thinking about paying your taxes, Shalakia, it goes into what? This kingdom. I said, I feel like I know what it feels with China and Russia and the tariffs and things. I'm like, damn, I got tariffs too, but y'all. Damn. I feel like I got tariffs. Why? Because the wealth that they've accumulated off the backs of our people, man, you can't even fathom it. We can't even fathom it. And then the one little crumb that they give you to be able to paint a mural on the ground, things such as Black Lives Matter, just as easily as they painted it, Bunker, y'all, they removing it, brother. And did you see any protests about them removing it? Anybody see any counter protests about them removing it? I don't know. I'm asking, but I did see the article in the news reporting that they had begun to remove it, but I didn't see any articles about them leaving it or any counter protests about them leaving it. When I.S.U.P.K, anything that we have, Commander General Hunter has given us the gall and the gumption to fight, to never allow them to take our voice away. You understand? To never allow them to take the thing that the Most High has given us, to take our custom, our way of living away. Commander General Hunter had laid it out. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And we have to fight for it. And I don't mean go out and physically fight. It's not a physical fight. It's to fight for your spirit and your mind. We have to continue to go against this perpetual hatred, Baba Kashaw. That was the end of that verse, about Darash.
La, sir.
Go ahead and finish reading.
Khan. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because you have had a perpetual hatred for us, Esau, so-called Caucasian man. Go ahead.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
When we talk about the blood of the children of Israel, see that if it was, the Bible was so inclusive for everybody, why didn't it identify everybody else, Bunky, y'all? If it was that goddamn serious, it would have said the blood of the Hamitic tribes, of the Japhetic tribes, of Ammon, and I'm just saying. But it says distinctly, what does it say, Darash?
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
See, this is the Most High allowing you to know that Black lives, Hispanic lives, and Native American lives, they do matter. That's what the Lord is saying right here. Because you have shed the blood of who?
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
What does that mean? He is telling you that, guess what? Your life matters. Ain't that what it's saying, Buck, y'all? Because you did this to my people, to the children of who, Darash?
Children of Israel.
The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Don't you let nobody lie to you and tell you that your life don't matter. Don't you let nobody lie to you and tell you that, guess what? The only way you're going to receive any justice is you going down in a voting booth and trying to vote for it. God, we serve a living God that got your back. We serve a living God that knows that your life matters, that knows that your children's lives matter. But he requires something of us, something of us. That's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. But he knows that, guess what? You matter, just like a good father does. Nobody else is gonna see that. It's just like having a ugly girlfriend. she ugly as hell, but you love her, huh? Everybody else getting, man, you don't know how you dealing with that girl. Hey. It's the type of woman you only bring out at night, Bunky, y'all. But she yours. She yours. I don't, you know, but all the mistakes that we made as Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, we in the eyes of all the other nations, we're considered to be an ugly people, man. We are people that are what? Not desired. Just like an ugly girlfriend. Huh? Don't you bring her around here for? She's scaring the kids. Come on, Bunker.
Like, yeah, I know the scriptures talk about us being called a byword and a proverb, etc. I was looking at that color yellow because I wanted to know what the significance of the color yellow, why they chose that, right? you're a psychology,
I
baby.
knew
You
you gonna
understand.
say that.
And so I looked it up,
Mm-hmm.
and it says the color yellow can represent many things, including happiness, caution, and royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Humor, often associated with amusement and spontaneity. Happiness, a common association in the West, particularly with sunshine, warmth, and summer. It's a joke.
It's a
It's
joke.
an absolute joke to them. I would even liken to say, with respect to yellow, it's almost along the same hue as gold. And they know we're a spiritual people, and we lean on the scriptures. In Revelation, the Bible says that the streets will be gold.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, this is your heaven. This is all you're gonna receive here is damn paint on asphalt.
Paint.
Salakia.
And just as fast as they put it down there, Bunky, y'all, they couldn't wait to take it up. Why? Because the political climate is shifting. They are saying that more Black Hispanic men are buying into the idea that we should be a part of this empire. Right. Our women are hating us because they said, what happened to the politics? All the brothers voted for. Right. It's polarizing because we're all out of order. We're not serving God. The perpetual hatred has caused us to scatter, man. And it's all been the plan of the oppressor.
So like I said,
go ahead with it, Yerma.
They even took the end racism out of the end zones during the Super Bowl this year too. They removed it.
Man, you see that? They are blotting out the very principle that we go out on the streets and teach on, Yerma. So that's why when we be out in the streets, it was kind of like a interactive thing. We was going out really teaching people. Now we're seeing that, guess what? Because of the shadow banning, right? Because of they're blocking our content. They don't want us to get out and really do this work. So brothers, I'm asking y'all, put your all into it. Sisters, if you have a husband in this truth, support your goddamn husband. Don't be bumping heads with him. We are the number 100 species outside of the I.S.U.P.K. Brothers and sisters and our babies. But the Lord said, because what, Darash?
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, go ahead.
By the force of the sword.
Come on, man. By the force of love.
By the force of the sword.
What about the compassion?
By the force of the sword.
What about us coming together as a conglomerate to a melting pot inside of America?
By the force of the sword.
What about they told us the same thing when we was in Egypt as well, Bunkin, y'all. They said we was a melting pot. We should all come together. This is a place, and just like my brother said, my brother out in Trinidad, when he said that, what did he just say? When there came a time where Pharaoh didn't remember Joseph and all the working hard labor that we put inside of Egypt. And they're like, who are the sons of Jacob? I don't know these. What have you done for me lately? That's this empire. But they shed our blood with the sword. What is with the sword from the Romans to the modern day what? Pew, pew. Gun. Or the knee, or the rope, huh? Or the lynching, whipping, the working. I heard somebody, they work so damn hard their entire life that their spine, they stand on their feet so long that they what you call it? Oh man, their spinal fluid had begun to decrease. They're standing on their feet and slaving so goddamn long for so many years. Read on, Darash.
Kal Khan. By the force of the sword
in
the time of their calamity.
Man, see? What does that mean? In the time of their calamity. What does the word calamity mean? We're breaking it all the way down. What does that mean? The water, Mahayar.
Hey, shalom.
Hey, Salakia. And with that, I'm going to turn the class over to Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayathaq Banyumya. Y'all clap it up.
What's going on, Akim? What's going on, Aqua? How y'all doing?
What about the one? What's happening?
Sure.
Listen.
Most High in Christ. Trump, how you all on panic? You all in panic mode?
I'm about to get me a drink right now, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Where's my drink? That's what I want to know.
It's on the way. We'll get you a pass.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
That whip stretched straight down the Caribbean. It stretched
Yeah,
straight
I'm telling
down
you.
the Caribbean.
I'm telling you, right now, you know what I mean? If black people, okay, right, okay, you know, it's like a woman in a relationship and she doesn't see an end to it. You know what I mean? She doesn't see an end to it. But the man is trying to say, yo, you know what I mean? This could fall apart anytime. But she not seen an end to it. Why? Why she ain't seen an end to it? Is because she done do what? She done give all in to this man. Right? And all in to this man. What type of man are talking about? What type of man are talking about?
So lucky, sir.
You don't give all in to what type of man?
The man who she cheat with, sir. Joe Grind.
Joe Grind, but
Joe Grind.
Okay, what the Bible say about the earth? This earth. Who ruling this earth?
Under the wicked, sir.
Yes. So I'm speaking about a wicked man. For some of you women out there, don't get confused. I'm speaking about an evil man. You understand? You don't give your all to an evil man. And he telling you, yo, this could done anytime now. This could done on any time now. And how you gonna feel? That woman is gonna feel what? That sister is gonna feel what? Starts with a V.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Depressed.
She gonna feel depressed. Yeah.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
A victim?
Okay. She ain't gonna see herself so much like a victim. Although she is a victim. But there's something that comes over a woman where once she goes through that, she tells herself, I'm not going to fall in love no more.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Is it that she will feel betrayed?
Betrayed. I'll take that too, but there's a certain word that will, you know what I mean, will encompass everything you're saying.
Slakia.
Come on.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, that's it. She's gonna feel vulnerable. You understand? And black people right now, they're feeling real what? Vulnerable. You understand? Ain't nothing like for real. Every other nation, right? Now understand this. On the islands, right? The heathens, do they have to stay on the island?
You have to stay on the island. You said sail on the island.
Stay.
Allah, they don't have to.
Yeah, the East Indians could go where?
Back to India.
Yeah, to India. The Chinese could go where? Back to China. I know a Negro ain't trying to tell me if you're gonna go back to Africa. All Africa talk the talking. We Africans, right?
Come on.
Anybody talk about leaving the island and going to Africa?
Last, sir.
No, they ain't talking about going back to Africa. You don't want General Butt Naked to meet up with you. You understand? Because you know in Africa there's what's going on right now, wars. And you know those people across there, they don't have your vibe. You understand? And with that being said, talking about Africans, don't forget the Lord, is it the 56? annual Passover in Atlanta.
That's right.
April 12th. You understand? $200 for every family member 18 years and over. All right? Pay a Passover fee. Pay it. Because what's going on right now, you will need somebody to stand in your corner. And let's not forget, make sure and pay your tithes. Don't think what Donald Trump doing right now, it ain't going to affect you. It's going to affect each and every one of us. It's going to affect us. You understand? But what's going to be a defense? This brotherhood. And you better invest in this brotherhood. You understand? You better invest in this sisterhood. Or else, you know what I mean? When that time come, Lord be with you. You understand? Lord be with you. All right? Now, let's go to I think somebody had a question in Isaiah 63, right? 2 weeks ago, I think it was Hawan. Right? Let's go to Isaiah 63. I'll start there first. Right? Today I want to get into a topic mainly with pertaining to the condition Black people in today. And you hear it so many times. But Black people somehow they don't align themselves with it in that way when it comes to the oppressor. You understand? But we're going to get into it. Let's get a little bit of this. Give me Isaiah, what I asked for, 63 and 1.
So, lucky, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I got an answer on General Muhammad's class.
Okay, so you got to go with this.
Come, sir.
All right. So this is speaking about who?
Christ, sir.
Yes. What's the precept you go to?
So, lucky, sir, it was Isaiah 63 and 1.
No, the precept for it. So let's go into it. So I'll get a precept. I don't know if he did go into get a precept, but let's do some precept on it.
Okay, sir.
But yes, so all right, so get it and read Hawan. Which is
Okay, sir, I have it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bazarah?
Mm-hmm.
This that is glorious in his apparel.
All right, so we know that this is who is speaking about.
Just like you said, it's Christ.
Christ this is a precept about Christ in the Old Testament.
Okay, sir.
For all you simpletons who just believe in the Old Testament, there's a precept about what? About who? Christ. Read on.
Traveling in the greatest of his strength.
Mm-hmm.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, in thy garments like
so
him that...
what is that talking about? I said thou red in thy apparel.
So like, yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Blood.
That's it. You know what I mean? Most of these, you know what I mean? Most of your Christian church think when Christ come back, there's going to be teddy bears falling out of the sky and chocolate. This is going to be a wonderful day when Christ come. That's Christians taught on Christ coming. You understand? They think it's going to be a wonderful day. How does the Bible describe Christ coming?
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
Like a thief in the night.
Thief in the night, and how else?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
Dark and gloomy.
Dark and gloomy. Right? It's going to be dark and gloomy. And to let you know how bad it's going to be. Go to Revelation. Right? Go to Revelation 19 and 13.
Okay.
Right?
Kind of have it.
Come on, go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Who is he?
It's like, sir, Christ.
Christ. And he had a what?
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? You think the oppressor is going to just give Christ his kingdom? You think they're building stuff in space? They have SpaceX just because they want to go out to space? No. They're doing all these things so that they what? So that they do what? They could?
So that they can potentially fight against Christ?
Yes, that's it. Because Christ is not coming to hand out chocolate, sir. He's not coming to hand out chocolate. You understand? He's not coming to hand out chocolate. He's coming to take this kingdom.
Right.
You understand? Freedom is something you can't give somebody freedom. You understand? You give a dog some type of freedom, you do what? You let him what? Run around the yard in the fence to go take a little doo-doo. You understand? But that ain't freedom. You understand? Well, when Christ come back, ain't no fence. You ain't gonna have no master. He's going to be the master. He's going to be the ruler. And how is he going to be the ruler? Read it one more time.
Okay. This book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Uh-huh.
And his name is called the Word of God.
Yeah, his name is called what?
The Word of God.
Which they, precept again to what? John. Precept again to where? Genesis. He's the Word. Meaning what? What does it mean to be the Word of God?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Like the power, the representation, the spokesperson. Like
yeah.
Yes.
Which means what? The Lord wants to do what to your oppressor?
It's like, sir.
Come on.
Unalive him.
Yeah, because Christ's vesture is what? Dipped in blood. And he's the word of the Lord. You understand? He is crying out the Most High's what?
It's like, sir.
Uh-huh.
Duties.
Not so much duty. My better word.
So, judgments.
I'll take that. But he is carrying out the Lord's commandments.
Okay.
Carrying it out. Or his orders. You understand? He's executing the Lord's orders. Judgment. Because that's what's needed to get us out of the mindset that we are in today. You see the dull test. You could do the dull test 50 years ago is the same what? Today. If I do it in any school outside of the UPK. You understand? You do the dull test 50 years ago to today, it's what? It's the same. So that to get out of that mindset, you understand? Something is going to have to happen to your oppressor. Something is going to have to happen to what? To your abuser. You understand? Something is going to have to happen. That's why the Bible tells you that what? When it pertaining to a woman being abused is as if you have what? Taking this woman's what? Life. It's as murder. You understand? Certain things, the only way to deal with it is with what? Blood. That's why Christ's vesture is going to be dipped in it. Because that's the only way to deal with what? Your oppressor when Christ returned. You see how he's dealing with us right now. Now you can imagine you enslave a people for over 400 years and counting, and you still treating them like that today and worse. At least back then, we what? We knew who we were. Today, you ask the average black man in America, the average black man in the Caribbean, the average black man in North, South, Central America, they are not going to tell you who they really are today. You understand? They cannot. Right? Hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Read on.
Chapter verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
You understand? Why is it describing white horses? Why is it saying it like that? Anybody? Anybody? Why is it saying the army was riding upon white horses? You all ever see the Oppressor movie? Them Western movies and stuff?
Okay, sir.
What horse does the hero normally rides in on?
It's like, sir, a white one.
A white one. You understand? Where do you think you get it from? It's right here in the Bible. Christ is going to be a hero arc. He's going to be a hero. He's going to come and do what? Give you what? Judgment. He's going to come and give you what? Justice. You understand? Justice for what the oppressor done did to us. Right?
Okay.
Read on.
Okay. Clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
White and what?
Clean.
White and clean. You understand? That's the blood it's talking about there. That red. So now go back to Isaiah.
Okay. Verse 2. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 63, verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine-vat.
Oh boy, wine press. Him that what? Treaded on the wine press is describing how they actually make that what with that wine. Where to do what? That wine press, and where what? You squeeze what? The juice out of what? That grape. That wine press. You understand? Meaning what? Blood is going to be flowing in the street.
That's right.
Remember what did Donald Trump tell Zelensky? That he's playing with what?
War.
Yeah, not just war.
Nuclear war.
Not just nuclear war. He said
World War
Go ahead.
Like it's the World War III.
Yeah, he said World War III. He said it. And we know that's what? That's biblical. He knows it. And the oppressor knows it to the point where he is trying to what? What is the oppressor trying to do? He's trying to change course to lengthen his time. But ain't no change in course. You understand? Ain't no change in course. Like it's like a maze. Is one way out? What? One way in? One way what? Out.
Oh yeah. Slug you, sir.
Come on.
I was, I don't think people really understand the calamity and just how bad thermonuclear war is going to be. Just the mere fact of how powerful these missiles and these bombs are, and the amount of missiles they have. I was watching this YouTube video, and this white woman, I'll be brief. She writes this book called Nuclear Winter, and she talks about how bad and and just damning how World War III and thermonuclear destruction is going to be. She said Einstein had he said a comment when someone asked him about World War III. And he said, they asked Einstein, he's supposed to be one of the smartest white men. They said, Albert Einstein, they asked him, how bad will World War III be if it actually happened? He said, well, I can't tell you how bad World War III can be or will be, but I'll tell you, if there's a World War IV, it'll be fought with sticks and stones. Insanity.
He is funny.
That's the end of civilization. Like there's nothing gonna be left. There's no need for it. It's just total. I can see why we have to be on those chariots. Because if not, it's gonna be complete, utter, just something you can't even imagine. Like the Bible says, it's gonna be unimaginable.
Yeah. Like the only problem is he thinks. No, he is making all the plans in the world, all the plans in the world, right? The oppressor making all the plan in the world just in case what happens. Just in case we do what? Have what? World War III. What he does not understand is, what did the Lord say about the earth? What did the Lord say about the earth?
That it'll abide forever.
It will abide forever. And what else did he say about this earth?
Salakia, sir.
Many milk. Come on.
He created it for our sake, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, hell yeah. So if he created it for our sake, you think he'll just sit by and get what? Destroyed? Like what the oppressor talking about? Like he's trying to put his fear on who? On us. Nuclear war represents his end. You understand? It represents his end. You're going to be just fine. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You're going to be just fine. You're going to be where them missiles are not going to be what? Dropping. Right? That's why the Bible said what? It says what about World War III? It's going to be where? It's going to start where?
In the Middle East.
In the Middle East. They call it what? Give me Joel. The Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Decision? Oh, Jehoshaphat, right?
Yeah, well, you're correct. That is the Valley of what? Decision. Give me that. Right? And then we'll get back. We'll finish off that's 63. And we'll get back to thing.
So, like it, sir. Book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 14.
Come on.
Book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 14. Multitudes in the valley of decisions. For the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision.
Yeah, okay. We're not from the Middle East. Okay, no sweat. The Middle East is yours, right? Okay, well, let your young ones die for it if it's yours. Send your sons and daughters across there to go die for it. Right? Send your sons across there. You understand? The Lord is going to wipe these people out, starting with your loved ones first. You understand? All right? Black man, you don't worry. He wants you out of the country. Ain't no sweat. Ain't no sweat. He just looking out for you. Let's put it like that. He looking out for your Isupk. You understand? He looking out for your Haitian. He looking out for you. Right? Now go back to Isaiah.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 3.
Mhm.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people that was there was none with me.
What is he saying? Anybody? What is he saying? The people there, none was with me. So remember, this is a precept about who?
It's like you said, Christ.
Yes. So what is it? What is he saying?
So like he said, if he none with him, that means he didn't have any backup at that time. Or
At what
nobody.
time?
What he's speaking about, none was with him.
At what time? Tell me what time you talking about?
The time when he went on his return.
So what time that was?
So I'm not sure which time that was.
Yeah, you know.
Time.
Right there, you there. You there with it. Remember, this is a what? Prophecy.
Okay.
So meaning what? At this time, this brother was given a what? What book we in?
Joel. He's given a prophecy.
No. We back in Isaiah. So this is who giving a prophecy?
Is Isaiah giving a prophecy?
About who?
About Christ.
About Christ. All right. And he said, and he said what? Read it one more time.
Come. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
What is that talking about?
Like I said,
come on.
He gonna be doing the killing by himself.
So remember, it's a prophecy, right?
Slug it, sir.
Come on.
Is he saying like nobody can F with me, pretty much?
No. You're going away from it now.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
It's like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Is it saying like those that's not with him, he's gonna unalive them too?
Okay. Okay. Who is he talking about unaliving?
In this sense, sir, the oppressor and those that's not with him.
What lets you know is the oppressor is speaking about?
It says coming from Edom.
That's it.
Yeah, come, sir.
That's
it. It says coming from Edom with dyed garments of Basra. So
yes.
It starts from verse 1.
That's it.
That's the context.
No, yes. So now Christ, remember, who wrote Christ in the New Testament? When they're on a live Christ on the cross, how many men was with him?
None, sir. None.
Yeah, they had men with him.
You mean talking about on the cross itself? Who was with him?
No. Who ruled with Christ? Who ruled with Christ?
At that time, 11, at least 11.
Yes. So the disciples.
Okay.
Right? So him and the disciples did it what? Alone. You understand? It's a prophecy. You understand? That's why the high priest said what? Give me it in John. I think it's John 8. John 8, and I think where it says if we let him alone. Right?
Oh, yeah. He convinced everybody.
Yes. All right. So remember what happened with John? What did John say before he went to prison? John the Baptist. What did he say before he went to prison about Christ?
So like I say he wasn't worthy to unloose the latchet of his shoes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm greater than me.
You all got the scripture in John? Is it in John? Hold on. I think I called it the wrong one. All right. Where it say if we leave him alone. Yeah, John 11:48.
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
It's the book of John, chapter 11, verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
Right. And that's what's taking place right now. You understand? You know what I mean? Donald Trump fit in to take what? Everything away from you. From his own people. He ready to do it, and he's doing it. You understand? Read on. And your black leaders, where's your black leaders right now to lead black people? Where are they right now? You ain't know what is Creflo Dollar saying on speaking on this situation. Where's T.D. Jakes? They're not speaking on it right now. Why? Because they don't make black people do what? What they don't make black people do?
Like, yes, sir. Bow down and serve the oppressor, sir.
That's it. They don't make black people trust in America. They don't make black people do what? Do anything to get a job so that they could do what? They could pay tithes so that these men could live what? Lavish lifestyles. They don't make you invest your entire life into America. So what can they tell you about America right now? Can they tell you that we're going to have to give up on America? Giving up on America means what? To them. What does that mean to them?
Salakia, sir. That means that they're giving up the seat and the place.
That's it. They come in and tell you, yo, this place is done.
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
And in that, I think is it fair to say there's some fear there, because just giving up your seat is one thing, but giving up your seat to people that you've been effing over for years, they know some retribution comes with that. They don't want the people that they're over now, that they've been whipping and disenfranchising to be over them. They like, oh hell no, we ain't having that. Like they know they got to pay. They know they got to pay.
You're right with that, with fear, but I think they fear a little more than that. What do you think they fear?
Besides payback, shoot, they fear they'll have no place, that they'll just be wiped out completely.
They fear living like me and you are.
Right.
That's their fear. Remember, these people follow these men. Why? The Bible says what? That their congregation is more wicked than them. So they followed this man, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, because they allowed them to live this lifestyle. Now, T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and all your prosperity preachers, Jamal Bryant and them, now they come and tell you to forget America. Oh, man. They're going, what you think going to happen? They're going to go broke. Ain't no more nice suits. Ain't no more nice cars. They're going to have to sell that ranch they own. They're going to have to sell that $1 million house they're in. They're going to have to do it and come live with me and you in the hood. And then they're not doing that. They're not. You understand? Right? Read on.
Okay. Okay. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
You understand? Like Christ trying to tell you in the Old Testament, Isaiah trying to tell you in the Old Testament that Christ coming to do what? To give you justice. You understand? to give you justice. What was the disciples asking Christ? Disciples were asking Christ what? What was one of the big questions for the disciples?
When would Christ return, sir?
Yeah, not return, not so much when Christ returned, but it was asking Christ.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
If it's this time, that the kingdom would be, be taken around this. That's paraphrasing, sir.
That also too. But they were mainly asking Christ what will be their what? Their reward for following him. Just like so many of us. So many of us don't come in here because you're not seeing the reward when?
Immediately.
Yeah. You're not seeing the reward tomorrow. You're not seeing the reward this month. Some of you dumb SL. You could finish spelling it. Will tell your husband, you getting paid to do that? Why are you doing that? They're not paying you, right? Because this dumb SL believes in America, and dumb you is going to listen to her and do what? And leave the truth. Because you're not seeing a reward. But these men left what? They left their slavery. They left their family. Remember, Peter, one of Peter's close relative, what died. And Christ told him, yo, let the what? Dead bury the dead. Why? Because there's what? Because there's what?
Just like you, sir.
Come on.
Work to be done.
Yeah. There's work to be done. There's work to be done, Ark. Peter didn't get a chance to mourn. You understand? Peter had to what? Work. Now let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in. You understand? Let that sink in to let you know how rough Christ was. Christ wasn't what they describe him to be. He wasn't a soft, loving, you know what I mean? No. He gave it a tough love. You understand? The Bible describes him as what? Austere.
Like
some of you dumb Israelites out there in these Christian camps be talking about we too strict, we too militant. You dummy. Christ was militant, which means what? You ain't following Christ if you're saying we too militant. You ain't following Christ. Come on.
So like I said, with that being said about the let the dead bury the dead, now how would that work for us, like the school? Like let's say if there's a brother in the school, he's an officer and stuff, and he goes through something like that, like he has a death in the family, like his mother or father, somebody passed. How would the school deal with that? Like if he got to go to camp,
the school won't stop him from going.
Okay.
Your camp is basically don't take camp leader.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
It's don't take camp leader. You know what I mean? You might be needed, and the camp leader is going to tell you, brother, we have to go on this mission, this, that, the other. You understand? You are going to have to make that decision. You understand? Christ gave Peter order, and Peter made it what? The decision to do what? Not to go. Right?
Come.
And that's the difference. What did Christ order the rich man to do?
Like I said.
Come on.
To sell all that he had and give all his money.
And what did the rich man do?
He said, he kept his money.
Yeah, he kept that shit there. Excuse my language. He kept that. You understand? He kept that. And Christ knew from thence on with that situation that what? It's going to be hard for what? For a rich man to what? To come into the kingdom.
That's right.
It's going to be hard. But can it happen? Can miracles happen? Hell yeah. It can happen. You understand? It could take a man like Donald Trump to make it happen. For you to knock your stars out, the sky, and bring them to what? To reality. You understand? Somehow, the rich of us, when we rich, we look down on the poor. And when they start going through pain and trauma, guess what's happened? What they do? They run right back to the hood. Right back to black people. You understand? Well, the Lord could do it. He's doing it right now. He's letting you know what? Gather yourself together. You're not desired in this place. How many hell you could tell me by all the statistics that the Mexicans, the Isukarites, are more efficient than the so-called Moabites, who are the Chinese today, and you're kicking them out the country? You think a Moabite could work on that farm like them Isukarite could do that work? Like them? Better than them? Oh, hell no. They're not the salt of the earth. The Isukarites are. And they're willing to do what? Kick you out? No sweat. The Lord gonna deal with you on that. Everything you try to do to black people, Hispanics and Native Indians, come back to you. Come back to you 10 times. You understand? Hey, give me some more. Zion, you there?
So he's in the restroom, so he just walked to the bathroom.
Restroom? Okay, give me 1 minute. Who's it at 5,000? Swap here. You want to take it just for a quick second? I come in now.
Cancel. Yeah. Where we was at, Akim? Yes,
Pawan, on what you were reading.
Come on.
No sweat. I'm back. Salaki about that. I had to run quick. I'm back. All right, where we at now?
So like, so we're at the
Go ahead.
we're at the end of Isaiah 63 and 3.
I think you get the idea of it now, right?
Come on, sir.
All right. You get more concrete there now. All right.
Come on, sir.
Now, all right. Let me get into the topic. All right. Now, what I don't say what disease. I don't want to make it sound like that. Okay. What ailment do all black people suffer from? You heard the generals talk about it. What do we suffer from?
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
Is it Stockholm syndrome?
My man, that's it. That's it. We suffer from it. Bad. Question. Why do black people, Hispanics and Native Indians not see it? Why they don't see it?
Still like it, sir.
Come on.
because they, I guess in lesser words, they bought into the American dream. Is like they feel like they can gain something out of being in America.
Okay.
Sir.
Come on.
Because we have weak ass leaders.
Okay, I'll take that, but it's okay. Think more on a personal note. Come on, KR1.
Salakia, sir. Is it because of the Christian church and us being Christian and buying to that white Christ, loving the oppressor?
Okay, what you all talking about, right? It's like the excuse to it, right? Because many of us will have conversations with family members and show them the character of the so-called oppressor, and they will what?
Justify it, sir.
Not justify it. When we show them the character of the oppressor, what do they say? Do they disagree or do they agree?
Some they'll say that's not all of them.
So which means they do what? They what?
They agree for the most part. Lou, they agree.
Yeah, they agree to what the oppressor, his history as being, you know what I mean, oppressor. You understand? They agree to it.
Fear.
So like I said,
come on.
The fear. Oh, Slocky.
Because we're comfortable, because we taken care of in America, so to say, so they don't have a reason of hate against the oppressor.
Okay, you are speaking on the fact that what we're talking about. I think it's the one that said, oh, somebody said it with
fear.
Who said Stockholm syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome is the Nadiab, I think.
So what you're talking about with the fear and the Christianity and stuff, that comes from Stockholm syndrome, right? Now you're gonna show black people all of this. You're gonna explain it to them. Like, let me see if I get this video here. Since black people don't like listening to our side, I know that they like listening to the oppressor. They love it. Something with the oppressor, brother. You know what I mean? They love to hear him speak on our condition.
Right.
And they do what? They listen.
That's right.
You understand? But when we speak about our condition, it's almost like, nah, you crazy. So let's let the oppressor tell us. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull it up on the screen. Right? Hold on. Right? And how do we break away from this Stockholm syndrome? How do we break away from it? Come on.
So like I said, wouldn't example before the Lord destroyed it, not Rosewood. Oh yeah, Rosewood. Like us coming together, meaning not just economically, but totality separation from the oppressor. Then we can see ourselves doing for self and serving the same Lord, having a common enemy that will just eradicate the Stockholm syndrome, because he wouldn't be a factor at that point. Because I got a black dentist, a black banker, my Lord and Savior is black. My or Latino. I know who my brothers is. I know who the devil is.
Okay. Okay, that is on the.
I got what you're saying. That's on
the once you realize.
Got you saying
byproduct. Now you start to put things in place.
Okay,
because like right now, you in here, you recognize that we suffer from it. Right. So now we putting things in place. So now your kid go to school. So you tell your kid what? You don't stand for that national anthem.
Oh, Cap. So you're saying he needs to be punished. We need justice. Like something hasn't happened to we need to know that he is the capturer. Or maybe
that's it. You're gonna have to we're gonna have to know that he is on what? Abuser.
He's abuser. He is the abuser.
Yes.
And Stockholm syndrome.
You're gonna have to know that, or else you won't heal. Why you think these sisters or these brothers, when they get abused, they end up turning into their captors. Because why? Because they haven't been given what? Justice.
That's right.
You understand? So now they take on that spirit of the person that done abused them. You understand? A sister that's promiscuous is because she wasn't given justice. That person who took her innocence, no justice was given to her for that.
It's terrible.
So now, guess what?
Yeah.
You don't have to take it from me. I give it to you. You understand? All right? And the Lord tells you that. You know what I mean? That's why we go through these Bible and say what? You are not at fault, black man. Yeah, you at fault for choosing to what? Eat pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. But the position you're in, you cannot blame yourself. You can't blame yourself for being in the ghetto. You can't blame yourself. You understand? It's the oppressor that puts you in there. You understand? You can't blame yourself. I know. Let's listen to what this oppressor has to say on what Stockholm syndrome is.
How does it apply in therapy? This is one of the most fascinating topics I've gotten to research thus far. So thank you to all of you who requested it. And in all honesty, I knew what Stockholm Syndrome was, but I didn't really know the applications or ramifications of it within my clinical therapy practice. And so this was so interesting. Stockholm Syndrome is named after a bank robbery that happened in 1973 in Stockholm, Sweden. There were bank employees that were...
Oh, no. What are you recognizing here now? This happened when? In what year?
Like it's in 1973.
1973. And they came up with what? With
the whole theory behind that.
Yeah.
So like I said, if I may, I remember when that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember when that was going on. I followed the whole story.
Yeah.
Cancer.
You understand? So when it happened to them, they have a what?
They have a reason and a good explanation why it happened.
Yeah, why they behave the way they behave.
When
it comes to us, no, hell no. Stockholm Syndrome. Black people will listen to this and will what? Will see what? What you think they see when they listen to this? They will try to do what?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
They see how the oppressor responds to that, and that's how they're going to behave.
You're right. I'll take that. But black people look at it in the eyesight of what happened to them with their family members, with somebody in their family. They don't look at it as being what? A situation that is happening to what?
So like I said,
come on.
Yeah, you don't look at it as a situation happening to I guess all of the black people.
Yes, the entire nation. Entire nation is suffering from it. And you still ain't giving me the answer to why, right? Why it is you will tell black people, they will sit down and listen to this, but they will not see that. See, like how you saw it, Akashka. You saw it. There's a reason why you saw it. Is a reason why each one of us sitting in these seats today. There's a reason why each one of us is in the UPK. Why?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
You have to give up your lifestyle, sir.
You Give me a little more. What you mean you had to give up your lifestyle?
Right. The ways that you used to portray yourself or have yourself, or being amongst them in the society, you're going to have to, separate yourself and separate you following their ways, right? So you're going to have to give up those ways as well too.
Okay, you're right. Boy, I will bring me all the way home with it. I will bring me all the way home with it. Now hold on, give me Baruch 4 and I think 6. But go ahead, Akashka. Go on, give me Baruch 4 and 6. Come on.
In the Stockholm syndrome, like, we can't recognize that we're in Stockholm syndrome because we're in it. Now, when you come into the truth, you actually, it's like a byproduct. You realize that you're in Stockholm syndrome. You realize what's happening, but you didn't in it. It's hard for you to see it.
I'm gonna have to take that, Akashka. I'm gonna get a clap for that. Now I'm gonna be the closest you might get to it. What? Okay, somebody with schizophrenia, right? Somebody with bipolar disease, right? Or ailment. Okay, who do they need to let them know they have this disorder? What do they need?
Well, need a so-called unquote professional, like a psychiatrist, a doctor, somebody to diagnose them with the arachnophobia or schizophrenia.
Yeah, correct, Yanaza. You're right. What you just said, Kowal, you're right also too. You need a doctor. Because you leave it up to yourselves. Guess what? What black people tell you? When you tell them in slavery, what do they tell you?
They say, no, we're not in slavery, and we always say we're okay.
Yeah. And that's the same thing somebody with a bipolar disorder, right? Or schizophrenia will tell you. I'm okay. And they will carry on a normal conversation with you for about 5 minutes before you recognize, hey, something up. What's going on here? You understand? You need a doctor to let you know that. And black people not willing to accept what the doctor is telling them. Yes, you self-diagnose yourself. I'm fine. That's right, Aya. I'm fine. When that's not the case. You're not fine. Because how in the hell you telling me in 2024 you are scared to death from a man in the White House? You scared of him? You're not scared of the Lord for, you know what I mean, when you pull that cigarette out and start to hit that pack. You ain't scared of the Lord. You know the Lord can give you cancer. Right? You're not scared of the Lord when you light that weed up. And you drawing on that. You're not scared of him, but you scared of some white man in the White House. You're very fearful of him. Maybe because you're actually suffering from Stockholm syndrome. And nobody really never tell you it. Why? Because you never listen to the doctor. And the I.S.U.P.K, we have the doctors to let black people, Hispanics and Native Indians know that they suffering from what? Stockholm syndrome. Not the white man, he's not the only one that could suffer from this type of disease. You know that, right? They know what black people are suffering from. But when it happens to them, now it becomes a disorder. But with us, there's no disorder. You just being black. You just being a nigger. You just being a wetback. You just being a tanto. Let's play a little bit more of this again. Right, and then I'm gonna guess some of Baruch 4 and 6.
Kept for 6 days. They were first wrapped in dynamite and thrown into the bank vault. And the thing that
hold on. For those of us who never got the history on it, what is going on with this computer? All right.
dynamite and thrown into the bank vault. And the thing that happened that shocked everybody is that throughout those 6 days, those captive people wrapped in dynamite, for some reason, became eerily attached to their captors. They felt bad for them. They even turned away police and assistants to get them out of there. They were not helpful at all. And even once released, some of them still kept in touch with their captors and wouldn't testify against them in court. And so everybody thought, what the hell is going on? Why won't they tell us anything? Why are they acting like they were caring and nice and they care about what happens to them? What gives? What they learned is that psychologically, in order to get through terrifying situations, we often attach to our captors as a way to almost survive it, thinking, well, you know, I care about them. I understand what's going on with them. See, they're keeping me alive. They're really nice. And in a way, by being nice to our captors, we're increasing the chances that we will live through it. So oddly enough, it's like our brain's way of helping us get through an abusive or scary and traumatic situation. This applies in a clinical therapy practice more along the lines of people who are in controlling or abusive relationships. For example, we find a lot of battered men or women will refuse to press charges against their spouse or loved one who abused them. Many even bail them out of jail after the police have taken them in because they've abused them. Now let's get into the fascinating part and the reason that Stockholm Syndrome takes hold. There are 4 factors that need to be in place and need to happen, so let's talk about them. The first, and the kind of the obvious one, is that we must feel threatened, either physically or psychologically. And we have to believe that the abuser/captor will actually act out on that threat. The way that we find this happens most commonly is indirectly. Maybe it's breaking things, throwing things around. They may even indirectly talk about harming someone or something that you really care about, like threatening to get rid of a prized possession or to harm an animal that you love and care for. The abuser's goal is actually to get you to just believe that the harm that they could do is possible and it may be imminent. The second condition, and this is where it starts to, you can see how it can psychologically shift for the person being abused, is that the abuser will then show some small kindness. In the instance with Stockholm, in Stockholm, Sweden, in that actual event, the captor said that, well, they fed us and they gave us water and they talked about how hard their life had been as a child. They will do some sort of thing to show you a little kindness, to kind of take care of you a little bit so that you believe they're not all bad. What this does is it gives the abused person hope that the situation could change. This could be a small token like a birthday card or remembering to bring dinner home. It could be any small thing. A lot of abused spouses will say, well, they didn't abuse me when they normally would. So even the absence of abuse with no positive thing added in can feel like a small token of kindness. And you know how I talked about that event in Stockholm, Sweden, how they shared some events about themselves? That's another part of it. And that goes into this number 2, is that they'll share some hard times they've been through or times they've been abused by a mother or father or caretaker. And so it gives them kind of, it humanizes them a little bit and makes us feel kind of bad for them. The third condition that needs to take place is being isolated from other perspectives. The way that this can play out in abusive relationships, there are a lot of examples that were given. One of which is, I don't like your friends because they talk bad about me. I don't want you hanging out with them anymore. And if we do, we get abused when we get home. And so in a way, we're slowly being conditioned.
Okay. I hope you all see any problem. Everything she talked about thus far has to deal with what? Has to deal with what? With us as a people. But she's saying it in a way that what? You will think about what?
Relationships, sir?
Yeah. Different relationships.
Your personal relationships, not your nation.
Yes. You understand? She's saying it like that. So black people, even though you will be diagnosed as having Stockholm syndrome as a nation, they don't see it. Why? Because they don't want to go to the doctor. You would tell a person, okay, just come and sit down in class. You don't have to be one of us. Just come and sit in class. And what do they tell you? What do they tell you?
They make some excuse.
Yeah. Or they say what?
It's like saying,
I'm fine. I know my Jesus. He loves me. He knows my heart.
And Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Salakia, and you know what I mean, with Christianity now, the white Jesus dying on the cross for the sins of black people would be that small act of kindness, you know.
Yeah.
For them attach themselves to. And it, you know what I mean, it totally make them forgive white people. Salakia.
Yes. You understand? And what's going on today with Donald Trump? You feel what? They feel threatened. So guess what? They have to give in more to America. He is taking that you all know that in DC, right? There was a Black Lives Matter sign on the street leading up to the Capitol, right? He taking that away from them. Is there any protests in the street? Any protests? No. Because now you have to what? You have to show master what? What you have to show right now? Because of your fear. What do we as black people have to show right now because of our fear? That we are what? More patriotic than this man, than Donald Trump. We have to show it. You know, guess what? He don't want us speaking about certain things. So guess what? You don't speaking about these things. You're not. Gone are the days they thinking what? That you're what? You're crazy. Gone are the days. Now Donald Trump coming, everybody is scared to that arc of what he gonna do. Scared to that of what he is going to do. And that's because we suffer from this. Now, if we were as a nation joined together, then things like this wouldn't what? It won't sway us. Like us in here, we don't care. We don't care if you put a robot in power. You could put a robot and program that robot to do everything against black people. We do not care. That is not going to stop us from doing what? What is not going to stop us from doing?
Like I said, serving the Most High.
Yeah, ain't gonna stop you from serving the Most High. Who has Baruch 4 and 6 for me?
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
I have it.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
Not for your what?
Not for your destruction.
So what is that letting you know? What is that letting you know right there?
So like you said,
come on.
Are we supposed to be learning a lesson?
Okay, yes, we're supposed to be learning a lesson. But what is that letting you know right there about you?
Oh.
Come on.
So I guess I let you finish. You were saying, what does that let us know about us today?
Yes.
We're not supposed to be destroyed without a language or anything. We're supposed to maintain our language, our our power, our Lord, everything. All that got taken. Like it was OD.
Yes. So which means it's not your what?
Not our fault.
It's not your fault.
That's not what he
It's
sold us
oppressor's
for.
fault.
That's right.
You're going to have to show black people that the enemy is not living next door to them. He's not the enemy. You understand? I'm not condoning stealing or robbery. I'm not condoning it. But brothers are being put in a situation where they're going to have to what? Decide whether they're going to have to do what? Suffer. And this man is such a bastard. What does he do? He sells you a dream. He sells you an American dream and tell you could be what? All you can be. Lo and behold, he ain't talking to you. Who is he talking to? He's talking to Donald Trump. He's talking to who? Elon Musk. He's talking to all these rich Caucasian men, these rich oppressors. That's who he's talking to. The American dream is not for you. Remember, Elon Musk is a what?
It's like you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
South African.
Yeah, Donald Trump come from where? Where's his people from? Nobody knows where Donald Trump people from?
I think Germany.
Russia, somewhere over there.
Germany. That's where he's from.
I don't know.
But he's living the American dream, huh? Is he qualified to be a president?
No.
He's not qualified to be a president. He's not. But guess what? He is what? He is what? Somebody said he is what?
White, sir.
Yeah, he white. He ain't qualified. But he is what? He's Caucasian. So he has a chance. So read that over one more time for me.
This book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath.
Yes. You were put in this position, this low position, because we disobeyed the Lord. And he was not supposed to take advantage of us and destroyed us the way he destroyed us. Like, he very well knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing when he creates the ghetto. He knows what he's doing when he creates the IMF. He knows what he's doing. He is destroying us. He's oppressing us. He knows what he's doing when he calls himself what? A Jew. He knows what he's doing. Now, if he's a Jew, who are you? What do they call you?
A nigger, sir.
I can't say no to that. But I talk more biblical. What do they call you? If the oppressor is a Jew, you are who?
The Gentile.
Yeah. So now you turn your TV on and you see all these movies, these biblical movies. You are not tying yourself into, oh, this David, oh, he's a black man. You're not tying yourself to that. You tying yourself to what? I want to be like them one day. Why I can't be like them? And that's because you were what? You were destroyed. So it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You were abused. You are a victim. It's no different than what the Israelis is doing, the Palestinians right now. Who is the victim in the situation? According to the media.
So like it, sir.
Come on.
Be the Palestinians.
You sure?
Well, in
In
no,
the
Salak,
media?
Salak, yeah. Israel is the victim, sir. Salak.
Yeah. They're making themselves the victim out.
So like, sir.
Come on.
You said the key word according to the media.
Yeah. Not according to the public. The public knows what the Palestinians are the victim. But the media pushes what? The opposites. You understand? The media pushes you as a what?
As a career criminals.
Yes, as the abuser.
As super predators.
Yes. So they portray you as the abuser and the people on the other end as the who?
Victims.
Yeah, victim. So now guess what? When you go into their community, what happens to their community?
Everybody be alarmed. It's like so everybody be on guard when we go into their communities.
Well, yeah, but what does the oppressor take to more than brotherhood? What does he value more than brotherhood?
So like
so
say one more time.
Property value goes down.
Yes. So what does he value more?
Money.
Money. Always think that with the oppressor. He values money more. If you could make him money, you would be his what?
His top dog.
Yeah.
His buddy.
Yeah. That's what I say. Yeah. You'll be his buddy. You'll be his best friend until you can't do what?
Make any more money.
Yeah. And you better not be a dude like who? R. Kelly or what's his name? Bill Cosby. Or they're gonna do what? They're gonna take your money, take all that money right back. Oh, you think you one of us? All right. I have something coming your way. That's why it's imperative that we be what in the Lord's sight.
Righteous, sir.
I'll take that by looking for a better word than that.
Blameless, selective.
I'll take that because it's along the word.
Slugger, sir.
Come on.
Would it be perfect?
That's it. You're gonna have to be perfect in the sight of the Lord. You're gonna have to be perfect. So guess what? The oppressor can't come and do what? Like what he does to so many of our black leaders. What he can't do?
Slugger, sir.
Come on.
Would it be blame you for something?
Yeah, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Come on.
Think Eric Adams. Mayor Eric Adams. He can't do what? I'll take that, Yanaza. Buy them. Meaning what? What's that? What is Yanaza trying to say when he said buy them?
Slugger, sir.
Come on.
Make you sell your people out?
Yeah, but there's a word the oppressor uses for when he buys you. So that's what it be.
Blackmail, sir.
I'll take blackmail and give me the other word that goes along with blackmail.
Slugger, sir.
Come on.
Bully.
No.
Slugger, sir.
Uh-huh.
Would it be bribe?
Bribe. Yeah. Well, I said black leaders. Yeah. Yeah, Brown Hornet. That's it. Bribe. Bribe. So many black leaders. What do they say going into the oppressor's government? Their whole motive is to try and do what? Help black people come up. Help black people come up. You can't fight them on the outside. You have to fight them where?
Slugger, sir, on the inside.
On the inside. and they don't put up one hand to fight, one finger. They don't point no finger. They don't even do that because they already been bought. Your black leaders already choose a side, and it ain't the broke side. It ain't for me and you. We don't pay his salary. We don't pay for his expensive, lavish lifestyle. You understand? You can hardly get a visa to leave your country, buy a ticket. You know what I mean? Some of us will get the visa, but we don't have the money to even buy the ticket to leave the country. And you think your leader is going to do what? Listen to you? Try to get you what? Oh, hell no. How much you paying towards this campaign? What? How much? $30? Oh, no, you can keep that. 5? No. You understand? It's a reason why they're not doing things. Even though they know and they see the issue in the black community, they're not willing to help you. Why? Because they're bribed. They've been bribed. They've been blackmailed.
Like
TD Jakes. Well, you hear anything from TD Jakes? No.
So like, sir.
Come on.
So like, if you really wanted to sway the campaign, you could do like Elon Musk. Elon Musk spent $288 million on Trump campaign.
Yeah. 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 And you wonder why why it's in the touted freedom of speech on Twitter. Why? Why to push freedom of speech on Twitter? And you'll give me a little more of that scripture.
So like, sir, I mean, I've been on Twitter looking at, I mean, you used to couldn't say certain things, but man, they blasted blacks and Latinos. Like they talking so crazy. It's like, it ain't.
Is it true?
Hell no, it's propaganda.
That's what I want to hear.
Right. It's propaganda.
That's what I want to hear.
You got a big $1 trillion tool behind it.
Yes, that's what I want to hear. You can't believe everything you hear on Twitter, just like you can't believe everything you hear on the news. You're gonna have to bring it in class act. You understand? You're gonna have to pick that phone up and call your camp leader. Such and such is the case. Is this correct? Is this wrong? You understand? It's propaganda. Everything you hear. Just imagine if the person who told you that you were what? A Gentile. You were African American. You were this. So that everything else give you a white picture of Jesus. What else he lying to you about? What else? Everything. Everything. Now read a little bit more again for me.
Khan, it's like you were delivered unto the enemies.
You are delivered unto who?
The enemies.
You are delivered unto your enemies. And that's the key to it. You're going to have to know that your abuser is your what?
It's like, sir, enemy.
Your enemy. You're going to have to teach your kids that. You see how Elon Musk, what did Elon Musk teach his kid about Donald Trump? Give me a quick minute again, right? Zion, just get him the announcement pertaining to the Passover. Give me 1 minute.
Salaki, everybody know that Commander Jenny Hunter is preparing to have us ready for the Passover. $200 for the Passover fee. We'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia is going down, one of the biggest. Let me see, can I Mahayar, could you play the Passover video for me, Baba Kashar? Play the Passover video so that way everybody can see it. If you have not reserved your room, please do so. I think the links are being circulated by your camp leaders in your zones, and they also have the corsages out as well. Let me see if the video still. Mahayar, you hear me? Salakia.
All right, I'm back.
That's Salakia.
Tawada.
Yeah, on the boss, sir.
All right, Tawada. Right. Maya, throw up the QR code there again, right? Yep. We're coming to the end. Come on, read a little bit more. Hawan. Hawan, you there?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 7. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
You understand? Like we provoke the Lord, just like we're doing today. We're celebrating Christmas. That's why we almost have to, shock black people when we go out there on the street. Yeah, that throwing Sergio Borges on the ground is like shocking them. It's like waking them up from the Stockholm syndrome they're in. You're going to have to show them that this is not Christ. This is not your king. This is not your people. Black people want you to talk nice and sweet. Can't do that. Can't do that. We're going to have to, put an alarm clock to your ears on with volume all the way up and high, saying that he's the devil the Bible speaks of. He's been deceiving us. He's the abuser. You are a victim in this place. And most of all, you are God's chosen people. You are God's chosen people, not him.
That's right.
We gotta wake black people up, Ark. We're gonna have to teach with kids. Teach them. The Bible said, train up a child in the way he or she should what? Go. We're gonna have to train them. We're gonna have to tell them that a white doll is the ugly doll. You understand? That white doll is the criminal. That white doll is your enemy. You're going to have to teach them that to get them out of this disorder that black people are in. They do the studies. They tell you there's something in your DNA that makes you, be the way you are. Well, to get that out your DNA, you are going to have to train your child, just like Commander Jerry Yohanna is training us today. We're going to have to train them. We're going to have to wake up. We're going to have to live it. You can't say you're living it and you are living just like the oppressor. You understand? You can't do that. And I'm speaking to all these other Israelite groups out there. You all are Christians. And your camp leader is weak as can be. All of you. Go check your camp leader. Your leader. Go check your leader. Go check on him. See what he doing behind closed doors. It's going to scare you. It's going to scare you. A lot more of you so-called break-offs, your leaders, it's going to come out what they're doing behind closed doors. It's going to come out. And the UPK are going to be like, we told you so. Because you ain't want to listen. You want to live like these Americans. The only difference is what? What's the difference between them and the other brothers? They're both in the world, but what's the difference? What's the difference?
Like so between
between your other Israelite, your Christian Israelite groups, right? And the brothers who in the world with them.
They don't know any better.
Okay.
I mean the Christian.
Then you will have to say that the Sakari and them know better. Sakari was just given into his lust act. He didn't know any better. He just know he had an itch and he needed a kit to scratch it.
Like I'm saying, like,
come on,
Christians, they don't know, like, being an Israelite. They don't know anything about the law for the most part. I'm saying, like, Sakari taught that we shouldn't do those things, and he then willingly went and did it.
Yeah, so if he did it, what does that mean? So okay, so understand this. When Christ told the people, don't do what the Sadducees and Pharisees do, but do as they say. Is Christ telling them to go follow the Sadducees and Pharisees? You understand?
Come.
They're Christians if they do. You understand?
Come.
What you have to get out your mind is this: they're all Christians.
That's right.
They're not in the truth, and treat them like that. Don't look at them as they know in the Bible. They don't know the Bible. If they knew the Bible, they will be in here with you and me. You know what I mean? Under command and during YAHANNA.
That's right.
They don't know the Bible. They're Christians. But there's a difference between them, right, and the Christians. What's the difference? There's one difference. I'm going to give you it because of the time. They know that they're Israelites, and that's it. That's about it.
That's right.
Have you ever seen Israelite groups on the internet eating pork?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen on the internet an Israelite crying because he had a what do you call it? A poking kit? What do you call it?
Pagan kit.
Yeah, pagan kit. I did not know what the hell that is about.
Right.
You understand? But he knows what pagan kit is. He's having fantasies and fulfilling his fantasies with a pagan kit. And you are Israelite? No, you are Christian. You're a Christian just fulfilling your lusts. You understand? And these other groups I'm telling you are, they're Christians. And look at them as being Christians. They don't have the truth. They never did. Remember, give me where it says the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. And I'll leave with that. Let me see if I find it here quick. All right. Give me first. Go ahead.
That was crazy. I mean, that you're so right, because it was such an outrage from like the fake Israelite community, which are all Christians. I remember I was a trooper and I learned that coming in here when you was like, do not look at these other groups as the UPK. They are Christians. If you're not in here, you're a Christian. That always helped me through any scandal, anything I see. It's like, you're not in here, you're a Christian. So don't be surprised when Christians do what Christians do. Next is Farrakhan. We're gonna hear something about it in a minute. Oh, they Christians too. They've been skating under the radar real sweet, but all that's gonna come down, all that nonsense.
Yes, it's gonna come. It has to come. You understand? That's why Christ said what? Leave them alone. You understand? Leave them alone. Give them time. You're gonna know who in the truth. And you sisters in here, you brothers in here, you better thank the Lord. Commander John YAHANNA is your leader. You better thank the Lord. That the Lord give us mercy to come into this truth. Because, brother, you had to deal with your leader being a deviant. Oh, that bad. I know the people that following him is, you know what I mean, is way worse than what? Him. If he have a pagan kid, they have a what? What kind of kid do you think they have?
Jesus.
You understand? He have 4 parts to his kid. You think they have? They don't talking about the dude who brought out the whole scandal. He looking more like he have more sugar in his tank than than Hershey's are. You understand? He look like he, you know what I mean? He in the, you know what I mean? He in a class by himself. Beware, brothers and sisters. But I thank the Lord for Commander YAHANNA and these generals.
That's right.
And these officers and these sisters in here who are willing to stand for the Lord and show you it could be done. It can be done. It could. You just have to give up being you. You just have to accept the doctor's diagnosis on you. That's all you have to do. Accept it. Right? Who have it for me? Last one. 1 Corinthians 14 and 32.
It's like it, sir. I got that precept.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
What does that mean?
So like it, sir. Like the prophets of in the Bible are subject to the prophets now in today's time, sir.
Okay, you on it. I can't say you ain't on it. You're on it.
Right? Yes, sir.
Come on.
If you you know what I mean, was a prophet in the past, you come back as a prophet.
That's it. That's it. You're being the truth. There, you're being the truth. If you leave, that mean what? You was not what? The spirit was not subject to what? To you. So guess what, Sakari? You are just a Christian. Guess what, IUIC? You are just a bunch of Christians working for the oppressor, just like these drug dealers. You're looking at these drug dealers and telling them they ain't ish. You ain't ish because you working for the oppressors, just like the Christians working for the oppressors, just like the drug dealers working for the oppressors. You ain't no different. But I come into the truth under Commander YAHANNA, under the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Better come in. You understand? And with that, Passover, April 12th, Commander YAHANNA and call it already. Command all these camps to come into the UPK, come together. You understand? Under this banner right here, you already called it. You understand? April 12th in Atlanta, we'll be there celebrating the Lord's official and only Passover. Wherever else you have in some fellowship, that ain't Passover. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Darash Ahmad.
Individual Modern Shabbat. We're going to render one courteous salute to Captain 13,000 Nayathaq. Modern Shabbat. Amajim. Rock. How
about Shemi Ashabrakatham?
Yadamata. Sorry, meaning turn to face the sisters. Sisters Amajim. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to the sisters. Amadim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. How is Shemal the top? Yadamata. Yashabi means to be seated. I.S.U.P.K. security and we're at I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of Purim, which is this week, which is Thursday, March 13th through March 14th, 2025, which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. And you can read about that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. Also, the Lord's 56th annual Passover, which will be held April the 12th, which will be in Atlanta, Georgia. Look out for the ads that will be displayed all throughout YouTube. Following that is the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is April the 13th through April the 20th, which is the 15th day of the first month for 7 days. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.
Welcome to Atlanta. Christ, this Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the black party that's gonna have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior YAHANNA.
Our great and holy King have honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King YAHWH, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Shalom.